Welcome to Shiksharthi. Today's topic is Surds Part 3. If you have seen my last two videos on surds, there is a lot of things we can discuss on surds, especially positive square roots. Now this session also have positive square roots. Okay. If you remember in my last or my first part of this surds class, there I gave one point which is root a into root a into root a so on up to infinity is a, whereas root a into root a into root a is equals to n times is equals to, you get a to the power of 2 power n minus 1 by 2 power n as a formula. Now some people asked me, sir, exactly how we got this formula, because the other two were proved easily, but how this formula has come. So fair enough, good question in fact. So let us take a small example of root 11, root 11, root 11, root 11 for limited number of times. Please observe the first example, it is for infinite number of times, second one is for limited number of times, some n number of times. Then what to do? Now what I can write, my friend, this one under root of 11, under root of 11, under root of 11, and this under root of 11 in power notation can be written as root 11 to the power of 1 by 2. Fair enough? You all know square root means power 1 by 2. Correct? Next, under root of again 11, under root of 11. Now this square root I can write it as into 11 to the power of 1 by 2 for the first one. And for the second one, it's a square root on square root. So 11 to the power of 1 by 4 it will be. It's a square root on square root. So 1 by 2, power 1 by 2 again. So 1 by 4. Now again, third step. You see, 11, this square root I can remove and write 11 to the power of 1 by 2 into 11 to the power of 1 by 4 into 11 to the power of 1 by 8. For the last one, it will be square root, square root, square root, square root on square root on square root for 3 times. And now after this, you get this as 11 to the power of 1 by 2 into 11 to the power of 1 by 4 into 11 to the power of 1 by 8 and into 11 to the power of 1 by 16. Correct? Now, can I write this as 11 to the power of 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16. Base the same power should be added concept. And then further, my friends, can be written as 11 to the power of, taking LCM as 16, this will be 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1, which is 11 to the power of 15 upon 16 you get. Okay? Can I write? Please observe the last step, which is very important. Can I write 11 to the power of 16 minus 1 by 16 for this? And that is ultimately the answer will be 11 to the power of 2 power 4 minus 1 by 2 power 4. Now you can observe, compare here. Because there are only 4 roots, you get a power as 4. If there were 5 roots, the power will be 5. So if there are 5 roots, what will be the answer? 11 to the power of 2 power 5 minus 1 by 2 power 5 will be the answer for this. So that keeps continuing to come, and for any number of times you can find out this answer. Hope you got the correct answer for this, and the people who has raised this doubt, for them this is the answer. Okay. Now next question, friends. One more question the students has asked me. This question is a point which I get root a plus root a plus root a so on up to some infinite number of times. What is the answer? If you remember the example which I gave at the time, the question was root 30, root 30, root 30, so on up to infinity. Okay, and then this one is equals to, I said, will have a quadratic equation whose answer will be plus 6 and minus 5. Remember I said 30 is a product of 2 consecutive numbers and the larger value is my answer. If you have a doubt, see my previous videos on indices. This question was discussed for you there. Okay. Now the point is, if this number is a consecutive numbers product like 6 into 5, 6, the larger value is the answer that I gave you as a direct point. Now occasionally what happens, if the number given is not a product of consecutive numbers, then what? If the number is not a product of 2 consecutive numbers, then what happens? Then in that case, what, my friend, I should do the same question can be taken in the form of like this. See here, I'll do two steps here, then I will give you an idea. 31 plus root 31 plus root 31, so on up to infinity. I'll call it as x. I'll take it as x, okay? And then this will be root 31 plus, from here it is again infinite number of times, so I'll replace this with x is equal to x. Squaring on both sides, 31 plus x will be equal to how much? X square, and you get a quadratic equation here. X square minus x minus 31 is equal to 0. And if I don't factorize, I cannot factorize it directly. You know, you to use the formula minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 2ab by 4ab by 2a is the formula to use, correct? So if I can use that formula, I'll get a value for this. Or else, I can give you a direct shortcut also, my friends. My shortcut for this is, in case if your question is given in this format with not a consecutive numbers, then you'll get a quadratic equation. Using the same formula, we have a shortcut here, which is 1 plus or minus under root of 1 plus 4a. It's 1 plus 4a by 2 is the formula. If you can remember this formula. 1 plus or minus under root of 1 plus 4a by 2. Now for example, here in place of a, we have 31. So numerator part will have 1 plus or minus under root of 1 plus 4 into 31a upon 2. Upon 2. I'll take upon 2 over here. And the denominator 1 plus root 1 plus root 1, again the answer will be 1 plus or minus under root of 1 plus 4 into 1 upon 2. So upon 2 gets cancelled, so that is fair. Now 31 into 4 is 124, 124 plus 1, 125. So I'll get 1 plus or minus root over 125 by 1 plus or minus root over 5. Now please observe one more thing we can understand. Ultimately I am finding a square root of something which cannot be negative, and this value is definitely more than 1. So this can be positive only if I take 1 plus root 125 by 1 plus root 5. Please understand, if I take a negative value here, minus here, this value overall will be negative, and overall positive or square root values cannot give you a negative answers. They should be always positive, that we know it. So final answer to me is 1 plus, how much you get? 125 can be written as 5 root 5 by 1 plus root 5. Rationalize, you will get in the form of a minus root b. Rationalize this. What is the rationalizing factor of this? We all know rationalizing factor of this, root 5 minus root 1. Do that and you get some value which is equivalent to a minus root b. Then from there you can find out a value and b value there. Okay, so that you can do it, my friends. So let us see another question. The question is here, arrange the following in ascending order. If I say arrange them order in the ascending order, I call it this as x, y, z and p something, and I want to arrange them in ascending order. Generally what is advised here in this case? They'll ask you to square on both sides. For example, if I am doing a square of x square, please observe my step. From there I can make it easy for you. This step you need to understand. If I do squaring on both sides, this will be root 12 plus root 18 whole square, expansion of which will be 12 plus 18, a square plus b square plus 2 root ab, that is 12 into 18. You get. Fair enough? So this is something like how much? 30 plus 2 into under root of 12 into 18 will be 216 here. Okay, so if you observe what I do now, sum and product I'll write here. I'll write sum and product. So what is the sum of these two numbers, friends? 30. Product of these two numbers is how much? 216. Now further, next, sum of these two numbers is, you can observe the same numbers I got 30 and 216. Sum and product. I don't have to do all these things here. Just take a sum of these two numbers, product of the same numbers. Now tell me, what is sum of 8 and 22? 30. And what is product of these two numbers? 8 into 22 is 176. Fair? Now what is sum of these two numbers again? 30. And what is the product of 10 into 20? 200. And finally 1 plus 29 is 30. 1 into 29 is 29. And now you see, fortunately we got all the sum values same. And in order to arrange them in ascending order, it only now based on product values we can do it. So ascending order means what? Small to big. So my first value will be this, P, then followed by second number would be Y, then followed by Z, and finally followed by X. This is my ascending order in this case. So the thing is, if I don't have to do all this, if I don't want to do all this, just do sum and product. If sum is same, arrange according to product. Okay? Now let us see the other example. I'll do the same thing here directly. Sum and product. The sum is how much? 19, product 48. Sum is 16, product is 48. Sum is 14, product is 48. And sum is 26, product is 48. So the examiner has given this question keeping product same. If the product is same, then sum wise I can arrange. So if I wish to get an ascending order of this, what is the ascending order? Since the product is same, ascending order is now based on the sum values. The first one I'll get is, suppose this is again A, B, C, D for example. This is A, B, C and D for example. Then my order will be C, then followed by B, then followed by A, and finally D is the order of ascending order for this. So sum is same, arrange according to product. Product is same, arrange according to sum. Now I think you all started getting a doubt here. If all the sum values are not same, all the product values are not same, then what will be the answer? Fair enough friends. This technique will still work over there with a little of things. See this question. I'll take sum and the product of this. Sum of these two is how much? 18. Product 45. Sum of these two is how much? 17. Product 70. Sum of these two is again 17. Product is 60. Sum of these two is 40 and the product is 40. I mean, sorry, this is 22. My mistake. This is 60. This is 22 and this is 40. Okay, I'm sorry. Now what we do, my friend? See, the sum is not same and the product for all the things is not same. The only thing I could do is I can compare these two because both the sum is same for them. So order wise, if I take this as A, B, C and D, definitely C is less than B. C is less than B is confirmed. There is no doubt in that. So maybe I have to check what others have to do. Okay. So if you see the expansion which I showed in the last slide, this expansion, if you see, sum, product are there, just I need to add these two things, 2 root. I just need to add 2 and root. So this will be, you see, this is the advantage of this method. Add just 2 and a root. Add just under 2 and a root. 2 and a root. So that it becomes a squaring on both side concept has finished. Now what? This is 18 plus 2 into, can I write 45? What is the square root of 45 exactly? No one can know that, correct? I mean, we don't know the exact value of root 45. So now can I say 45 lies between 36 and what is the next number? 6 square, 7 square, 49. Bit close to 49 here. So can I say this is lying between 6 to 7 or not? The value. Similarly, this one, next one, if you see, it's 17 plus 2 into 70 lies between 64 and the other one, 64, that is 8 to 9, 81. And next one, 17 plus 2 into 60 lies between 49, that is 7 to 8. It lies between 7 to 8. And finally, this is 22 plus 2, 40 lies between 6 square 36, that is 6 to 7. I'm sorry, it lies between 6 to 7. 6 to 7. Fair enough? Now try to get an approximate values for them. The first one, if I talk about A, this will be 18 plus 2 into 6, 12 to 14 range here. And finally, this will look like 18 plus 12, 32, 18 plus 14, 32 range. So the A lies between 30 to 32 range. B, if you see, 17 plus 2 into 8, 16 to 18. 16 to 18. So 17 plus 16 is how much? 33 to 17 plus 18 is 35. Next one, C if you observe. If you observe C, and the C values we got here is 17 plus 2 into 7, 14 to 16 you got, and then 17 plus 14 is equals to how much? 31, and 17 to 16 to 33 you got it here. Fair enough? And the last one, D, if you say, D we got 22 plus 2 into 16 is 12 to 14 is what you have. And then this is 34, sorry, I beg your pardon, 34 2, and this will be 36. So if my question is to find the largest is definitely this. D is the largest. Okay? And order also we can arrange according to the given numbers over here. So please understand, this value is less than this because this is 31 to 33. The maximum value is 33 and here the minimum value is 33. So definitely this is greater than this. And similarly we can arrange the other two also. Okay? So that is a method to arrange the things in ascending order, descending order, finding the highest. These are the questions of comparison. Fair enough? So these also you can do practice, and this will help you to do search completely. Indices search are two topics where we get mostly 1 or 2 questions in all the competitive exams for sure. And many competitive exams are there where you will find a lot of questions coming from indices and search. Okay? So do practice. Take care. Thank you all.